Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm going to be reading Chapter 4 of Year of the Dog by Grace Lynn. Talent. Soon Mom was shaking me awake. My eyelids felt as heavy as sacks of rice. "Wake up, sleepyhead," Mom said. "You'll be late for school." "No," I mumbled and tried to turn over. Wake up," Mom said, pulling me up. I sat up but groaned. "I'm too tired to go to school," I said. "You're just too lazy," Mom said, teasing me. "Get up." Soon before I knew it, I was getting dressed and brushing my teeth. I went downstairs to have breakfast. Mom put a bowl of watery rice porridge and flaky dried pork in front of me. I yawned. "Do I have to go to school?" I moaned. "Yes," Mom said. "How else will you learn things? Besides, you shouldn't start off the year of the dog as a lazy dog." Will school teach me what I'm talented at?" I asked. Mom mentioning the year of the dog reminded me about finding myself. "Yes," Mom said. I'm sure it will." "No," Lizzie cut in, "it won't. You have to have talent to discover it. You don't have any." I opened my mouth to retort, but a yawn interrupted me. "I'm too tired to go to school," I said again. "Better wake up," Kiki chanted. "Better wake up." "Yeah," Lizzie said. "Don't fall asleep in school." Mom poured me a glass of juice and laughed. "Did I ever tell you about the time I fell asleep in school?" Mom sleeps in school. In Taiwan, school was different than it is here. School wasn't just to teach you about reading and writing. It was supposed to teach you how to be a good citizen as well. Every Monday, there was a school assembly. All the students had to wear this special uniform, a seaweed-colored jumper, shirt, and hat. It had to be clean and unwrinkled and as stiff as a piece of new cardboard. Then, in these uncomfortable uniforms, we had to stand outside in the courtyard while the principal, the vice principal, and the guidance counselors gave long and important speeches. They would tell us how crucial it is that we have to follow the rules and work hard. It was so boring. One day, we had an extra long assembly. Not only were the principal, the vice principal, and the guidance counselor speaking, but they had a special guest. He was from the government, and he was going to lecture us about how we should always do what we're told and not question authority. It was a hot and sticky day. The sun was like an egg yolk frying in the sun. The hundreds and hundreds of students stood like an army of ants. I stood at the very back, lost in the ocean of blackheads. At these lectures, no one was allowed to whisper, like soldiers listening to orders from their captain. We had to stand up straight with our hands at our sides, giving the adults our absolute attention. But when our guest speaker spoke, his voice was so soft I couldn't understand what he was saying. It was low, mumbling, swaying in the courtyard. To me, it was like a lullaby. My eyes started to droop, my head nodded, and suddenly I was asleep. When I woke up, I was alone in the courtyard, except for a teacher glaring at me with her hands on her hips. I had fallen asleep so soundly that I was still standing there when everyone had gone inside. They had just left me there standing asleep. My teacher was so angry at me. She put a big mark next to my name, and I was so embarrassed. Mom finished, but I never fell asleep in school again. "You could stand sleeping?" I asked, now wide awake. "I could fall asleep anywhere," Mom said. I was very talented. The key word for today is assembly.